Hi, I'm Vanessa from GoNaturalEnglish.com. How have you been? I hope you have been doing well and practicing your English. Did you notice that I just used have been in my question to you? When do we use have been, and is has been the same thing? The answer is yes. Have been and has been are both part of the present perfect tense. To better understand this, let's look at the conjugation of the verb to be in the present perfect tense. So let's see here. We have I have been, you have been, he, she, it has been, we have been, and they have been. Do you notice anything different about this tense? I hope the answer is yes. As you can see, the present perfect is formed by having a subject, then adding have or has, and then adding the past participle of the verb. It is never correct to say I've been, you've been, we've been, they've been, and so on. You always need to have or has in between. Sometimes you will hear some native speakers say, I've been doing this a lot lately. Keep in mind, it is not correct. You will hear it sometimes, but we are teaching you the correct way to say it in this video. Let me try to help you more by providing a couple of examples. In the first example I have here, I wrote, Gabby has been practicing her Portuguese with her friends. Okay, so it says Gabby has been, not Gabby have been. Do you understand why? Well, we just looked at the conjugation of the verb to be in the present perfect, right? And we see that Gabby or she, right, can only take has because we see it here. Those are the rules. We just have to remember that if we're talking about he, she, or it, we always have to use has. And for I and we and they, we use have. So, Gabby has been practicing her Portuguese with her friends because she actually lived in Brazil. Did you know that? Now she lives in the US, but she still practices her Portuguese and she has been practicing it a lot lately. She continues to practice it. Gabby wants to make sure that she practices it on a weekly basis, or daily basis actually, because she wants to make sure that she doesn't lose her fluency. And I think that she has been doing a great job. She has been practicing a lot and it shows. Now let's look at my second example. I have been traveling a lot lately. This is actually true. Okay, I'm giving you real examples here. And I love my job because it allows me to work from anywhere that I want. So I take full advantage of that and I travel a lot. So I have been traveling a lot lately. I am a frequent flyer. I have always loved to travel and I have been discovering new places since I was young and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So if you have any recommendations for where I should go, tell me in the comments. And actually, now that we're talking about traveling a little bit, I want to tell you that this is very common to use have been when you ask a question related to travel. For example, I ask a lot of people, have you been to Mexico before? Because I am Mexican American. I am also from Los Angeles. So I say, have you been to Los Angeles, the sunniest city in the United States before? So remember, when you ask a question, you want to know where somebody has been. You can say, have you been to before? So, what have you been doing lately? Have you been to the United States recently? If you have, let us know in the comments below and let us know what you think. So let's take a look at the structure one more time. Gabby is the subject. We use has because Gabby, when we talk about her, it's in the third person. And been is the past participle of the verb to be. I hope that's clear. And the same goes for the second example. I am the subject. Have is correct now, right? Because I am talking about myself, first person. And been is the past participle of the verb to be. And a quick note. The pronunciation of B-E-E-N is been. Very often we hear students say been. This is not correct, so practice it. Say been. I have been very tired lately. So now that you understand the structure and the difference between have and has, your next question might be, when do I use this? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you when right now. The present perfect is used to describe an action that happened in the past that continues in the present, or that is still true to this day. For example, I have been teaching English for over 5 years. I have not quit. I have not stopped teaching English. I continue to do that and I love it. So I have to use the present perfect for this situation. I have been teaching English for over 5 years. Keep in mind that we can say I've instead of I have. Gabby and I will go more into detail in a few minutes with that, but very quickly I just want to let you know that I've is called a contraction. It is when two words, right, are put together with an apostrophe. So I have becomes I've, and I think you should get used to using more contractions when you speak because they are much more common in communication. Native speakers love to use contractions, so you'll hear them say I've been instead of I have been much more. So now we have a skit for you because we want to not just explain all of this grammar to you and give you some examples. We want to show you a situation where you can actually, imagine how it can be used in real life. So first we will pronounce everything very slowly and then we will speak the natural way. Are you ready?
Hey, Vanessa.
Hi, Gabby.
Long time no see.
I know.
Have you been hiding under a rock? It has been impossible to find you.
I know. I'm so sorry. I have been so busy with work lately.
That's okay. I completely understand. Hey, last time we talked, you told me that your mom wasn't feeling well. How has she been?
Oh, I'm so happy that you remembered that. She says hi, by the way. She has been feeling much better lately. I can't believe it. She was sick for so long.
Oh no. I'm glad she's feeling better. I have been thinking about both of you a lot.
Aw.
Let's catch up soon and have dinner at Islands.
I would love to. I have never been to Islands and I have been wanting to go for a long time. I think I have been wanting to go since it opened. So thanks for the invite. I will contact you soon. I just need things to settle down at work.
Perfect. That sounds great. It was really great seeing you.
You too.
Hey, Vanessa, long time no see. Have you been hiding under a rock? It's been impossible to find you.
I know, I'm so sorry. I've been so busy with work lately. Please forgive me.
Oh, no, I totally understand. Hey, the last time we talked, you mentioned that your mom wasn't feeling well. How's she been?
Oh, she's been doing really well. Thanks for asking. She actually mentioned you earlier and she says hi.
Oh, I'm glad to hear she's doing better. I've been thinking a lot about the both of you. Let's catch up soon. Let's have dinner at Islands.
Definitely. I've never been there and I've been wanting to go for so long. So thanks for the invite. I will definitely contact you. I just need things to settle down at work.
Perfect. That sounds great. Well, it was really great seeing you.
You too.
As you may have noticed, there was a question asking about Vanessa's mom. I asked how has she been? Or in faster, more natural English, how's she been? So we want to take a moment to show you how to ask questions using the present perfect more naturally, linking words together, because the sound or the pronunciation completely changes when you start talking more like a native speaker. So for example, when I ask this question very clearly, you hear, how has she been? But when I link the sounds together, you hear, how has she been? Or how's she been? Let's take a look at some other subjects. You, he, or they. They also change. So how about if we're asking about he? If I want to know, for example, about your dad, how would you ask that question?
We would say the natural way, how's he been? How's he been?
How's he been?
How's he been?
That's fast, right? So it's much different than how has he been. I don't think many native English speakers would ask the question like that.
No.
And it's also good not only to train your ears for this kind of linking pronunciation, but also train your speaking. So try repeating after me. How's he been? How's he been? How about if I'm asking about both of your parents? They.
Oh, that one is fun.
Yeah.
How've they been?
How've they been?
How've they been?
How've. I like that. Okay, and last, what if I just want to ask about you?
How've you been?
How've you been? Or even, how've ya?
Yes. How've you been?
How've you been? So this is great. I love these little tricks, these little secrets to speaking more like a native speaker, and we hope you do too. So now I'm going to hand the lesson back to Vanessa, and I'll see you later.
Now that you know the difference between have been and has been, let's move on and talk about had been. Had you been feeling confused about this topic before I started explaining it to you? Did you notice that I just used had been in my question to you? Had been is actually part of the past perfect tense. Let's take a look at the conjugation of the verb to be in the past perfect tense. So here we see I had been, you had been, he, she, it had been, we had been, and they had been. So what's different about this tense? Well, it's easy. I think it's easy because look, you see had is used for everybody. Whether you're talking about me, they, we, you're always going to use had. But let me be more specific about the structure. The past perfect is formed by having a subject plus had plus the past participle of the verb. Simple, right? Now, let me give you a couple of examples. The first example says, Gabby had been a poor Portuguese speaker before she moved to Brazil. Before she moved to Brazil, Gabby had very little knowledge of Portuguese. She could barely understand the language and she had trouble communicating. But that all completely changed when she moved to Brazil. Now she is completely fluent in the language and we are all so proud of her for that. Go Gabby! But do you understand why I'm using had been to describe her situation? Let me explain. The past perfect tense is used when we talk about a situation that is no longer happening in the present because something else is happening in the present. The past perfect tense is used when something happened in the past, but then something new happened in the past to change it. So once again, with the example that I first gave you, think about it. Gabby used to be a beginner Portuguese speaker. She is no longer a beginner student. Now she is fluent. She is advanced in the language. So something changed and something new happened. What happened that was new? Well, she moved to Brazil and she became an advanced Portuguese speaker. Now let's look at the second example. I had been traveling a lot with my brother before he got married. Again, true story. I had been traveling all over the world with my brother. It was so fun, but then he fell in love and he got married. So I no longer travel with him. I travel alone or with my friends and family, but he doesn't have time to travel anymore because he's a newlywed. Do you know what that is? That means he was recently married. So he has no time for me anymore. So you understand what changed? Well, I had been traveling with my brother, right? I don't do that anymore. The thing that's different is that now he's married and now I am traveling by myself. I hope that that's clear for you. If you're still confused, don't worry. Let's keep practicing. We're going to show you another skit where first we speak slowly and then we speak naturally. Are you ready?
Hey Vanessa, I had just been thinking about you when you called.
Hey Gabby, I love your jacket. Where did you buy it?
Oh, this old thing? I bought it at a boutique in downtown Los Angeles, but I had been thinking about getting rid of it. In fact, you can have it if you want.
Wow, thank you.
Of course, thank you for taking it off my hands.
I am glad I mentioned it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Hey, I'm having a snack right now. Have you tried these chips?
Oh, I love those. They are my favorite.
You know, I had been thinking about buying potato chips, but then I saw these broccoli chips and I wanted to try them. They're so good. They are my favorite.
I know, they are delicious.
Hey Vanessa, I'd just been thinking about you when you called.
Hey girl, I love your jacket. Where'd you get it?
Oh, this old thing? I got it at a boutique in downtown LA, but I'd been thinking about throwing it out. Do you want it? You can have it.
Well, I'm glad I mentioned it. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Hey, I'm having a snack right now. Have you ever tried these broccoli chips?
Yes, they're my fave.
Yeah, so at the store, I'd been thinking about buying potato chips, but then I saw these broccoli chips and I thought, I have to try them. They're so good. They're my fave.
I know, they're delish. Now it's time for our quiz. So, Gabby and I are going to read 4 sentences to you, and you are going to decide whether they are right or wrong. If they are wrong, then you must think about the correct answer. Are you ready?
Number 1, I have been teaching English for several years. Is that correct? Think about it. The answer is no. I has been is incorrect. I need to say I have been teaching English for several years, or we can contract I and have to say I've been teaching English for several years. That is the correct way to talk about your experience.
Number 2, you have been watching this video for over 5 minutes. Is this correct or incorrect? If you said correct, you are right. It is correct to say you have been. There isn't another way. And I hope that this is true, that you have been watching this video for over 5 minutes, and that makes me really happy. Keep watching.
Number 3, we have been sleeping before we woke up to get ready for work. Is this correct? The answer is No, this is not correct because we have one action in the past before another action in the past that changed. That changed the situation. So the correct way to express this is we had been sleeping before we woke up to get ready for work.
What had you been doing before you started to watch this video?
You can say, I had been sleeping before I started watching this video. Many native speakers will also use the simple past tense. I was sleeping before I started watching this video. And that's okay too, but what we're teaching you is the most correct grammar.
Number 4, he had been unemployed before he got hired at his new job. Correct or incorrect? If you think it's correct, then you are correct. So remember, the past perfect is used when we talk about something that happened in the past that is no longer happening in the future. That person, he, can be Carlos, had been unemployed before he got hired at his new job. Carlos is no longer unemployed. He has a new job. So, how did you do? Let us know how you did in the comments below. And also, let us know if you have any more questions about this subject. We hope that you enjoyed this video, and also let us know what you've been doing lately. Now remember, it's important to understand the grammar, but it's also important to practice it. That's why we want you to leave comments below so you can practice it and tell us how you've been doing. We don't just want you to understand by watching our video. Just writing it down or memorizing this doesn't mean that you'll know how to use the past perfect or the present perfect in a natural conversation. So how about you start by leaving a comment below using one of these tenses, telling us, how have you been? What have you been up to lately? We hope you really enjoyed watching this English lesson video. If you did, make sure that you don't miss our future lessons. Click on the big red subscribe button to become part of our YouTube family here at Go Natural English. And if you would like to learn more with us, remember that the second half of this lesson and much, much more is inside our complete Go Natural English course. Join the waitlist at gonaturalenglish.com/pre-reg. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you here next time. Bye for now. Bye.